Hi everyone, I'm Betsy with Easy Peasy and I am back to talk about potty training again. So I just uploaded a video about preparing for potty training and now I'm on about a week into potty training with my third child and I remembered all the things I forgot to tell you. So here's the update on how it's going at week 1 and all of the things I forgot to tell you, my tips and tricks, okay? So first of all, cloth diapering. With my first two, they were in cloth diapers before we started potty training. And primarily, we would still do disposable at night or if we went on a trip and things like that, but most of the time they were in cloth. With this third one, he was not in cloth at all because I was pregnant with twins and the pregnancy was rough, and cloth diapering was one thing that I said, hey, it's just not gonna happen with this kid, and that's okay. So with cloth diapering, the reason why they say it's helpful with potty training is because the pee, they can feel more in the cloth. And the poop, obviously, but they get to an age where they don't like the feeling of being wet, and they start to tell you, I'm wet, or change, or motioning, or feeling comfortable, or taking their diaper off. And so that's what cloth diapering is said to help kids with potty training. It's because they're more aware when the pee is coming out, whereas disposables are so good at whisking away the water, the pee, that they don't necessarily feel it and they aren't uncomfortable in their diaper, which is why they say last up to 12 hours because the kid doesn't get as uncomfortable. So cloth diapering before is great. If you're not cloth diapering and you're ready to start potty training, don't worry about it. The alternative, which you probably are wondering when these come into play, are the cloth underwear, okay? Especially these little potty training underwear that are a little thicker. These are great to start out with. Sure that they can go up and down easily because you will be repeating and teaching your kid also with not only peeing on the potty, but how to push down and pull up. And it's hard because we grew up saying, pull your pants down, and but they are actually pushing. They put their thumbs here. Put your thumb inside the top and push down, okay? Push down on the back over your butt, push down on the front, but put your thumb in the waistband, push down. The same with your shorts. And then you grab the top of your shorts or the top of your underwear and pull up, okay? So we want to repeat it that way. It's the easiest for them to understand. So with these cloth, a little bit extra padding ones will help if they start to tinkle a little bit and then run to the potty. They're not going to hold a full bladder's worth of pee in here, but it is helpful to start when they are learning, oh, it's starting to come out. And a lot of times they can pause it and make it to the potty. And so these are helpful for that, but they can feel it. So I just laid down my son at nap and I let him use this kind instead of a disposable diaper so that if he does get wet during nap, he actually feels it. Now I'm still gonna have to change the sheets, get him cleaned up if there's a poopy accident, but he can actually feel it versus like a disposable. He's gonna be fine with peeing while he's napping because he doesn't feel it. He wakes up happy and doesn't care. Whereas now when he has these on and I go in, he says, wet, wet. He knows that there's something up there, okay? And he never said that before when he was in diapers before we started potty training and using this. So that's cloth diapering, potty training underwear, use them as long as you want. Another option we've done with our other kids is to start after about a week or two of potty training. When they're at home, we would keep them bottomless as long as we wanted to because it's easier to get them on and off until they can really pull up and down easily, push down, pull up easily. And then we would go straight to shorts, commando, because it is hard to get underwear and shorts down if you're just learning this and get them both up without getting them twisted. So our kids would be commando for probably a month. It just depends on your kid and what works for you. If you have one that's peeing on the potty and doing well with that, but they haven't really got the pooping, you might want to do underwear because that'll contain a little bit, whereas shorts commando is not going to contain the poop. And I don't know about you, but I'd much rather clean up a pee mess than a poop mess. And if I'm going to clean up a poop mess, I'd rather it to be a little contained in the underwear than all over the house or all over the bed. So that's cloth diapering and potty underwear. Again, depends on your kid. So the next thing is, which I forgot to tell you last time, is that we do the first probably day, definitely maybe 2 to 3 days, I will push liquids. Well, how do you do that if they're not thirsty? One, I don't normally give my kids juice. If anything, they get a little bit of lemonade or a little bit of apple juice with the rest water. So I give them half or more than half juice and they suck it down. The reason why we're doing this, and also I give them salty snacks, really want to hydrate them, get a lot of liquid into them. It's because the more times they have to practice peeing and have the feeling of it coming out, the more chances you have to catch them, to see their signal if they're about to pee. My son looks down like this, and I know it's about to come out because he feels something, right? And it's right then. I'm like, let's go to the potty. So the more opportunities you have that first 2 days, day, 2 days, 3 days, the more chances you have for him to feel it, for her to feel what's happening, and to get that practice of going to the potty. So you may have a kid that normally, one of my kids is a camel, as I say in the book, and holds his pee for 3 or 4 hours at a time. So when I started potty training, I'm like, okay, he's just not peeing. How do I get this kid to pee? And that's when we started, okay, salty snacks, lots of juice, which he doesn't normally get, so he's drinking a lot. It will help you get him to have the practice that he needs to get used to the feeling, and you have more opportunities to catch him and get him on the potty. So another tip, we stop drinks at dinner time, and they don't have drinks. Now, if your kids are used to having a bottle before bed, if they're used to having a drink right before bed, this is a little hard to taper off. You can always put a tiny bit in their cup if they're used to having it, and then it's all done. Okay, so, okay, it's before bed, but only this much. If you want them not to pee at nap and not to pee at night, you do have to start, I usually do an hour and a half before bed. No drinks is what we really try. And if they want to drink, I'm like, you can have this much, which is hard for them to get used to, but they will start drinking more during the day. I also switch that juice and lemonade mixture, or heavy on the juice mixture, to at 2 hours before bed. It's just water. I just give them water at dinner, which is better for them anyway, and they're not as tempted to drink 8 ounces because it doesn't taste as good. It's not as enticing as a whole cup of juices or Capri Sun or something like that. So that's one thing as far as beverages. Next, as far as actual potty seats, we do have, and I forgot to mention this, a family potty, I think is what it's called, a family toilet seat, which is one that has an adult seat, and then it has a smaller adapter that's attached. So you actually take off your toilet seat, your regular toilet seat, unscrew it, take it off, and you put on this family seat. And it has a larger size for the grown-ups, and then it has a small one that flips down, and that one is for a child's butt. So this is a space saver. You don't have to take something off and hang it on the side or put it on the side for an adapter for your toilet at home, especially if it's a bathroom that is not just used for children. It is used for adults, children, all different members of family. You could just simply flip that small one down. The kid can go on the potty, flip it up. You can go on the toilet, no problem. This is another thing that I forgot about until we were headed to church on Sunday, and I got it out, and it is our travel seat adapter. I've used this for, my oldest is almost 6, so I've used it for the last 4 years. This is the 3rd kid it's going on. You can see it's a little scratched up here from being a little beat up. It does come in a little bag, and the little bag is also pretty rough. It stays in our diaper bag most of the time, but it sure doesn't look like, this one says it's mag times, but there's all different ones. It was $10 when I bought it 4 years ago. So it unfolds. My kids love it because it's a frog. It unfolds, and it has small little clips here to help it stay in place. This is kind of a rubbery thing to help it stay in place, and it sits on top of a toilet seat in wherever you're going. Grandma's house, public restroom, wherever. I know that sounds a little gross. If you want to clean it all the time, you can. I mean, it's hard plastic, so it's easy to clean. If it grosses you out putting it on public toilet seats. The child, though, can sit and they can relax. A lot of times I found with my kids, when I'm trying to sit them and hold them on a regular size toilet seat when they're learning how to potty, they're holding on to me and they won't release the pee out. Definitely, they don't want to sit long enough to let poop out. And this has definitely helped with that, and it's super small, which is great for, I'm going them over to a friend's house for a play date. This can be in the diaper bag or your purse versus bringing a potty chair with you. So we have found this super helpful. Definitely worth a $10 investment for the 3rd kid that it's on, and I'm sure we'll use it for the next 2 next year when I'm potty training the twins. And lastly, I have here a potty watch, a smartwatch for my kid they had a smartwatch before I did. So I bought this 4 years ago when my daughter was potty training. The inside comes out and is a USB plug, so it just charges that way. It is a timer, essentially. It does have a clock on it, so you can use it as a watch. But it also has a timer feature, and I will show you. So there's the clock, 12:23. This is the timer. In 13 minutes and 45 seconds, it's going to sing a little song. So it's very quiet, which is nice. So if you're with people, it's not this huge alarming child's toy type sound. Isn't that cute? And so you can set the timer to go off and say go, go, go with a little song every 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. And once you set it for 30 minutes, it's gonna go off every 30 minutes. You don't have to push anything to stop it. It just goes off for about 15, 20 seconds. It plays the song to let the kid know, if it's the kid's wrist, to let the kid know it's time to go potty. And once you wear it for a day, the kid knows. It's very easy. Sometimes my kids don't want to wear it, so I wear it, and then it reminds me. This has been super, super helpful because I don't remember. You think, oh, I can just do a timer on my phone. I can just do a timer on Alexa. I can do a timer, whatever. But you forget to reset the timer. And then you wonder, how long has it been? And then they have an accident and you realize, oh, it's been an hour and I didn't bring them to the potty. So there's a lot of prompting in the beginning. And so we set this for 30 minutes. And every time it goes off, we say, oh, it's time to go potty. And we walk over. It's not a question, do you have to go potty? Because they're not going to tell you. They're going to say no. But you say, time to go potty, and you walk them over and sit them on the potty. Also, we usually count to 10 or 20, depending on the kid and how long they'll sit. But try and get them to sit for a second. If they don't count to 10 slowly, then he'll sit and say, no pee, all done. And you know there is actually pee. He just needs to sit there and count 1, 2. So very slowly, count to 10. They'll get used to it. The other thing is sometimes I have them blow. So I'll say, blow out the candle. And then if they can do that, it helps to relax them when they're first learning how to release the pee. That's always helpful as well. So I hope you like these tips. This was on Amazon 4 years ago. I think it was $8, so it's probably like $15 now. But I have found it very useful. And in the beginning, in the first month or so. I hope you like these tips. Let me know what you'd like to hear about next. Tell me any questions you have about your potty training journey, and I hope that it is going really well for you. I hope that it's going well for you. It's never easy, but keep your head up, try and be patient. He will get it, she will get it. It just takes time. It's a learning experience for them, and it's a learning experience for us. So have a great day. God bless.